Hi friends, I could hardly contain my excitement about this Lego set, mainly because I love Rebels. The Ghost is my favorite Star Wars ship. The Ghost and the Phantom 2, which is part of the line for the new Ahsoka series. And as you can see here, I have the old Ghost from, is it 2014 or 2016? Don't correct me, I know I'm wrong. A funny story about that, I just got into Lego. I built my first Lego set last May. So that's been about 16 months of building Lego. Because this set was so difficult to obtain, literally brand new sealed in box right now is going for like $800 to $1,000. What I did was I put it together from bulk Lego pieces that I already had, as you can see behind me. I have some bulk Lego, maybe not a lot. I also went bulk bin diving, and then I pieced out the rest of the pieces I needed from Bricklink. There's actually still some things that are incorrect, like this slope piece down here, you can see it's like dark red. It's supposed to be white. These little turrets, they're supposed to be black, but I only had them in silver. It's okay. I've actually probably have the pieces now. I just haven't replaced them. The sticker sheet, I had to get like on eBay, a knockoff one, but I think the stickers actually look really good. Needless to say, my excitement when this Lego set was announced was unreal. Let's dive in. First bag, you're going to build the Phantom 2. I forget, it was like some mission, but they lost the Phantom 1. And then good old Chopper ended up finding the Phantom 2 for our Rebels in season 3, I think. So it's really tiny. My understanding, it's like pretty tiny compared to the Phantom 2 that released with Thrawn back in the day. Like, I don't have any of the exact dates, but 2017-ish or something. So that Phantom 2 with Thrawn and then a few other minifigures goes for like 300 maybe or so, and it's a lot bigger, exclusive figure. We get this tiny Phantom 2 that does actually clip in really nicely here. Something that's not really explicitly stated is that like Chopper is supposed to go on the side here, but he doesn't totally fit, and he does fit on the real Phantom 2. What you can do is like decapitate Chopper. Yeah, just stick his little head right here, like so. That's like pretty adorable. It's little Chopper. Weird. Switchability, very high. Just a really cute set, and it's nice to start off the bag and just like be like, oh, like the Phantom is coming together. In the first bag, you also get Lieutenant Beta. Not much that we know about him. He's my first Mon Calamari minifig. He looks really cool. On to the rest of the Ghost ship. This is a printed window piece. Honestly, kind of reminds me a lot of the printed window piece over here as well, but it's not the same. And one thing I do remember from parting out this build is that this piece is exclusive to this set, so it cost me about $18 on its own just for that windshield piece. There's some minor differences in the coloring. Overall, this feels like a much sturdier ship. What is jiggling in there? Oh, I know what's jiggling in there. It feels much sturdier, especially these side pieces, because over here I feel like breathing on it wrong, like they would come off because they're so loose, as well as the engines on the other Ghost. These are really sturdy. Not to mention, I really like this blue color instead of old Ghost has the orange, but I think the blue like just looks like nice and sleek. Another change slash upgrade, I think, is adding this here in between like the panels. There's this gray siding. If you'll notice on the old Ghost, there's literally nothing there. It's just like blank space. The panels are just kind of like loosely on there, and it's not build related. It's not how I built it. That's just literally what, like the build itself is just, that has never felt very sturdy. When you remove the Phantom, you can also like easily remove this top piece if you wanted to play on the inside of it. However, honestly, it's a little bit bare in here. There's not a whole lot going on other than this tiny little crate, which has an awesome Easter egg if you're a Rebels fan. It has the cutest little Mei-Lu run. It's made by two 1x1 round studs, a green one and then like a green leafy one. The bottom is like an orange bread loaf piece. Just like a really cute Easter egg because Hera loves Mei-Lu runs. If you saw last season of The Mandalorian, Mei-Lu runs made their live action debut when Grogu was inside the IG-11 mech and decides to go test it out at the market and ends up like throwing a bunch of Mei-Lu runs in the air and like a bunch of them explode. Very cute little Easter egg. Underneath here, this actually moves side to side for the turrets. And I think when you move it this like to the side, you can see one of them already shot out. It's lost somewhere in the room. It's lost forever. If you move it this way, yeah. Oh my God. So that's like one of the coolest ways I have seen of launching. Where did that go? Those shooters. Just like really cool. Now let's look at the minifigures. So the minifigures in this set, as we already saw, Lieutenant Beta, First Officer Hawkins, Chopper, General Hera Syndulla, And Jason Syndulla, which is Hera and Kanan's son. The first officer, also a very plain mold, nothing really outstanding here. Chopper, however, gets like almost an entirely new look. I believe the printing is mostly the same. It's different from the original Chopper, but it's on a white body instead of a gray body. And we get backside printing. It's like just really incredible. The dome is also a lot brighter than the original one, and they added a 1x round stud at the top, which is supposed to be for like his little dish. I almost want to just put a gray one up there. Here we can look at the comparisons between the two Choppers. The old Chopper, though very endearing, suffers from the crooked printing of the domes that a lot of the other astromechs do. I think I like both of them very differently, but overall I'm very happy with the new Chopper. Hera Syndulla looks so cool in this like bomber jacket. I think this mold is a lot better than the original one. The printing in the back of her bomber jacket is so cool, and I like the facial printing better as well. Lastly, we have Jason Syndulla. We don't know much about him other than what we saw about him in the epilogue. Spoiler alert, X out of here if you don't want to hear a tiny detail about the Ahsoka show. We haven't seen Jason in the first 2 episodes. Apparently, he's going to be young because these are little legs. He kind of just looks like a little mini baby Kanan, which I know a lot of people were complaining about this minifig because what we see from him in the epilogue is his green hair. So what happened there? David Filoni changed his mind. Who knows? Doesn't really matter. Overall, I had a lot of fun building this set. I actually think it's a beautiful set in general. I know some people think that the Ghost is an ugly ship. I think it's beautiful. I love the colors on it. I don't think that at this scale we're ever going to get something that looks more accurate, because if you know, the Ghost is very disc-like. It's like skinny and long. Canonically, it's actually bigger than the Millennium Falcon, which makes sense when you think about the number of people who all live on the Ghost, and most of them have their own bunks, except for Zeb and Ezra, who room together. A lot of people were disappointed that we didn't get a Zeb minifig in the new Ghost. However, that makes sense to me, assuming Zeb won't be a main character in the Ahsoka show. Let me know your thoughts. I would love to hear this is something you're gonna pick up. If you enjoyed this review, please like and subscribe to my channel.